the desert, Satan came to him to tempt him. And he gave him 3 different things to tempt him with. One was a physical need. He tempted him with food. He brought him bread and said, hey, if you can just eat, it's right here. Or God sent the angels to give you food and nourishment. But Jesus knew that he was supposed to be fasting that time, so he said, no, I'm not going to do it. And then Satan took him to the top of the mountain and Jesus tempted him with something that was very dear to him, because Jesus always had a really close relationship with his Father. And when Jesus was on the cross, he said, God, why have you forsaken me? And that bond, when he was in the Garden of Gethsemane, he was like, God, what are you doing? What are you asking me to do? That bond was so strong that if that trust was broken, that faith fell, where would Jesus be? So he was at the top of the temple, but Satan said, cast yourself down. Won't the angels come and catch you? So Jesus was tempted with, does the Father still care about me? Does he love me? Can I trust him to catch me? But he knew that bond, how strong it was. He knew how much his Father loved him, and he was able to know that it's not tempting to go after other things when we know what we want the most. For a long time, I had struggles too. I had addictions, and I tried to quit so many times because I see the effect it had on people around me, on my friends, my family. But ultimately, it was knowing that I had trust and confidence in God that I was able to quit it. I saw a purpose somewhere else, that I could turn to something else for that high. And that helped me overcome it. It was only through Christ. Guys, go ahead and bow your heads in prayer.
Hey man, you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
You sure?
I don't know how to become a Christian.
Wait, become a Christian? You know what we've done, right? We're gonna be getting into heaven even if God were real.
So, you don't believe?
No way, man. If God were real, I'd be dead a long time ago.
Yeah, I guess.
Hey, listen, Barbara and Rhonda, they hit the jackpot, man. They got the real good stuff. Supposedly, they have a contact. He's got it all. This isn't the kiddie stuff we've been trying, man. This is it. Let's go.
Man, I don't know.
Man, you've been acting so strange lately. I feel like it's the Christian stuff you've been reading and all that. Listen, I'm gonna go out, but if you want to join me, we can go.
Fine. I'll go.
Alright, let's go.
Great, you guys made it in time.
You ready, man?
I don't know. What is it? Is that what I think it is?
Took us forever to get it, but we got it.
Man, what are we doing?
What are we doing, man? We're living the good life.
No, we're not, man. We're sinning against God.
Wait, sinning against God? You don't even know how to be a Christian, man.
Look, all I know is that this is wrong, and I can't keep doing it. I don't know why, I just can't.
Yeah, then go. I mean, if you want to be a man, stay, but if not, just leave, man. Listen out.
Wait, Terri, I didn't know you were still here.
Oh, hey, I just came in.
Are you doing alright, T? Life treating you okay?
Not really, honestly.
You need someone to talk to?
No, it's nothing. I can figure it out on my own.
That's what they all say. What's going on, T?
I was hanging out with Deb and the gang, and they wanted me to try some stuff.
Not drugs.
Heroin, to be specific. And I didn't want to do it, and I chickened out. I don't know why, because I've done other stuff before, but I guess...
Hey, what other stuff have you done? You don't have to answer if you don't want to, but...
But please don't tell anyone.
I'm going to tell you a story, Terry. When I was growing up, I grew up in a Christian home, and I had a Christian family, but I backslid. And I actually got addicted to alcohol. I started with alcoholism, and it went over a course of years, and I ended up overdosing. I was in the hospital a couple times. And it affected my family, my friends a lot, and I just didn't know how to get out of it.
But I thought Christians were these perfect people who never did anything wrong.
Oh man, Christians are... You ever heard about Paul? You've been reading a lot, and I've noticed you're reading your Bible. You ever hear about him?
Yeah, he's the guy that everyone calls the greatest Christ follower who ever lived.
Do you know what he was doing when Jesus found him?
No, what?
He was on his way to murder Christians.
What?
Yeah, and it's not just Paul. Paul's not the only one. You take Moses, who murdered a guy. You take David, who committed adultery. Like you go down the line. Every single... Abraham was too old to have children. Jacob lied. Every single one of them, God took from a place where they were just like me, where they're just like you, struggling with things. And it's not just them. It's everybody that God takes. Rahab, she was a prostitute before she came to God. But that's the thing. God takes us when we're messed up, when we're in stuff, and when we're in sin, and He calls us to Himself. And He loves us and He changes us. He gives us a purpose. The thing is, He wants to do the same thing for you too, Ken.
That sounds great, but I don't feel worthy to be a Christian.
Well, that's the truth of it. You're not worthy. No one's worthy of it. And that's what makes it so much more incredible, that God would still love us despite our unworthiness. When He went to each of the guys, he talked to them and told them a different life they could have. He said, hey, this is where you're at, but it doesn't have to be like that. I love you and I forgive you, and you can change from that. He takes everyone from every circumstances, whether it was me with alcohol, or Paul with murder, or David with adultery. He took them and said, hey, we can change that.
I want Jesus to change me a little bit.
That's awesome, Terry. Do you want to pray now?
Yeah. Terry Laughlin was a druggie. But God. Devin.
Man, I need help. I need Jesus to save my life, man.
He's already got you, man. He's already got you.